Welcome to our coaching sneak peek. My name is Sarah Davis, and I'm excited to talk to you guys about what it is we do. So, I'm going to kind of start off and kind of talk about exactly what is a coach, because I know the term coach can be thrown around and kind of misleading. So, I just kind of want to address that first because first, you don't have to be a fitness professional to be a coach. You don't have to be a nutritionist or anything like that. A coach is basically, it's a cheerleader. It's somebody who has your back, cheers you on, holds you accountable, gives you that support and just that person that you need by your side that maybe you don't have in your life otherwise. We come in all shapes and sizes. There is no perfect coach. You don't have to be at your goal weight. You don't have to be, Miss Aerobics, anything like that. It is an amazing community that is just full of all sorts of different people from all walks of life. And I just kind of wanted to get past that kind of misconception to start out with. So, some people are starting out on their journey. Some people have been on their journey for a while. Either one is okay. But that's basically what a coach is and what a coach really does. So coaching is really a relationship marketing business. But a lot of people don't know what that means. So I am going to throw it over to Michelle, and she's going to explain how she builds relationships.
Thanks, Sarah. Yeah, so I'm Michelle Robinson, and I have been coaching for just over 3 years. And yeah, like Sarah said, I mean, much of what we do is about being a cheerleader and supporting others. And 3 years into this business, a lot of the people that I'm now coaching or who are signing on to start their journeys are not people that I know. They're not people who are friends or family. They're people who are being introduced to me through other clients. They're people who are finding me on Instagram or finding me on Facebook. And so they are people who essentially are starting off as strangers to me, and I'm having to learn about them and learn about their habits and learn about what they're doing or what they've done in the past that's worked for them. So for me, relationship building is really, it's all about building a level of trust with a person. And if you've ever been through kind of the experience of a weight loss journey, you know that it can be emotional and it can be a roller coaster and it could be easy at times and stressful and hard at other times. So as a coach, it's kind of our responsibility to be there to support people through all of those peaks and valleys and to really sort of meet our clients where they are. And to do that, it takes the responsibility of learning about them and hearing them and really listening to them and listening to what their challenges are. And so I basically do that through talking with them and asking them questions and listening to their responses. I often will take a lot of notes, and I use those notes to refer back to. So if a client of mine is struggling, I have a way to look back and see, this is what you said your goal was. This is what you said you were willing to do to get there. Where are we right now? What are we struggling with? Was it too big? All right, let's modify. Let's restart. But it's really about asking questions and talking to them. And they're coming to you for a reason. They have already started to trust you. They've already reached out to you. Or they've been willing to exchange in conversation with you if you happen to reach out to them first. So just continuing that conversation, working to build a relationship, working to build trust, and knowing that all of that together is what's going to form the relationship you're going to have with them as a long-standing client.
So, Michelle, I completely messed up. And I didn't ask you to tell me your story first.
A
So
little.
this is real life, guys. We make mistakes. Tell me how you got started in coaching first.
Oh, how did I get started in coaching? I had a friend who asked me to do the 21 Day Fix with her in July of 2014. And at the time, I was training for a half marathon, and I had been doing Weight Watchers for several years. I had lost some weight with Weight Watchers. I lost weight with running, but I had been in a plateau for about 8 months. I just could not seem to get over this hump that I was on, and I really wanted to get to my goal weight, and I just couldn't get there. So when my girlfriend asked me to do 21 Day Fix, I said, sure, I will try something different. Why not? And I jumped in with the challenge pack. They gave me 21 Day Fix and gave me Shakeology. And I jumped in full force. And after 21 days, I lost 8 pounds and I was sold. Like, it pushed me off the plateau I've been sitting at. And for me, it was, I think, the addition of strength training. It was the addition of Shakeology every single day. And it was the focus on portion control. I continued to do that throughout the fall. And then come January, I felt like I wanted to share these products with other people. And I had, over the course of the fall and early winter, looked at the coaching contract several times, tried to find the loopholes, wondered what the catch was, and never found anything. So finally, one January morning, I just decided to jump in and make it official so that I could share this with other people and get paid doing it. I mean, that's certainly a perk of this, but the ultimate goal for me was to share these products with other people because they had made such a difference in my life. And I really wanted to have people trust me and understand that this is what made a difference for me, and I wanted to share that with them.
Yes. I love that you use the word share because that's what we do. It's like, you go to a restaurant and you have amazing food, you're going to go tell everybody. And that's basically what we do. We have these amazing programs that we love and we just share with the people who need them and will benefit from them too. So you don't have to be a salesperson. But Anna, how did you get started in coaching?
Hi, everybody. My name is Anna Will. I've been coaching for about 1.5 years. The way I started coaching was honestly like I had bought PIO. Like it's one of the programs several years ago, and I really, really liked it, but I didn't understand anything else about the products or Shakeology or the groups or anything. I went on the internet. I saw like an infomercial for it, bought it, and then that was it. But I really, really liked it. It gave me exactly what I wanted. I started toning and losing weight pretty quickly. And, I was just a normal gym person. And I never really I needed more structure in my workouts. I kind of needed someone telling me how to work out, what muscles are doing what at what time. And then so I started learning more and more. I actually became friends with Sarah on Facebook, and then I was seeing her posts and I kind of started noticing that she was a coach and she was running these groups and everything, but I was really pregnant at the time. So I said, all right, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to wait till after I have the baby. And so as time went on, I just became more and more in love with the whole idea of doing the Shakeology, joining the groups, doing it as a team. I really got on board with it. So I jumped on board pretty fast right after I had my kid. And then I started off with Country Heat, and it was unlike anything. Well, I love line dancing, so that was super fun for me. And it was unlike anything. There was groups, there was people I could talk to when I was struggling. I could ask and their experiences, and that's really what I needed. I needed a support system and everything. And then I realized as time went on, well, coaching, one, you get a discount, which I love. And also, two, I know me. I know if I'm not going to stay accountable, and if I'm not like, if nobody's going to keep me accountable, I know that I eventually trail off. So I kind of decided to coach because I knew that if I had people counting on me, and if I knew that there was a team behind me, and also just the pure love of the whole thing, and I wanted to be a part of it. I didn't really know how or what, but I wanted to be a part of it. And once I started coaching, and the people that I began to meet and the relationships that I began forming were really changing. And it's exactly what I needed at the time, because a lot of people know, like, when you have kids, I'm a stay-at-home mom. I stayed home a lot. You know, I started isolating because it's so easy to, when you've got two little ones and you're not really getting out like you used to, it's easy to do that. But coaching gives you that outlet. It's something for you. Even if it's for a little bit of time a day, you're talking to other adults, which is awesome. And you're getting that me time in. You're learning all kinds of self-growth. It's not just about getting in the best shape of your life. And it's about nutrition. It's about personal development. It's just about being the best version of yourself. And when you're coaching, you stay accountable, so it keeps you going. It helps you to stay on track. So that's why I really started.
Absolutely. So what happens after you start with us? Like, after you join as a coach, what happens next?
Well, the first thing, once you sign the dotted line, which is pretty exciting, your coach will add you onto the team page, and you will be welcomed by everybody. Then your coach will give you a series of training videos to really help you along. It explains everything right off the bat, which is pretty great, because it's not giving you any, they're not throwing you into something and saying good luck. It's really structured, and it helps, which I really needed that. There's a training video for pretty much anything, any questions that you have. There's always a way to get your questions answered. And there's a good chance that somebody's had the same question before you. So we have the training videos set up. And then we start Power Hour and then starting on our journey. And then the groups you're added into, and yeah, you just jump all in, and it's pretty much just sharing your journey. That's pretty much what you start doing. You start taking the pictures, you do the befores, you do the afters, you do the exciting shots, you do the inspirational quotes. You start just getting in it, and it's fun. It is so fun.
Yes, it is. The team is fun. I love that about us. Everything about it is just fun. And I also love that the training it kind of moves as a group, but you can move at your own pace as well. There's no, you have to do this end. No, it's up to you. You get to choose your time and when you do it and that kind of stuff. But so, Michelle, what happens after you've been a coach for a while and you've done your new coach training? Do you get continued support? What happens after?
Oh my gosh.
You left alone?
Yeah, no. There is so much ongoing support. I think one of the best things about Rebels organization as a whole is that the coaches who are at the top love to share with all of us coaches that are not at the top yet. And I say yet because all of us have the potential to grow our businesses into huge businesses. And they're they don't hold information in. They don't think of it as like, this is like proprietary information. I can't share this because then, gosh, somebody might outdo me. That's not the way it is. And I will say the team that we are on, my sponsor coach and Sarah's sponsor coach, I mean, she's like one of the creme de la creme of this business. And she teams up with other amazing coaches, and we have ongoing training all the time, which is great. They fall during different times of the day. So depending on what your schedule looks like, you have the opportunity to join calls during the day, at night. They're always recorded. So you always have the opportunity that if you can't join live, you can catch the recording. And there's so many nuggets that are presented in these calls that you can grasp onto and really use to build your business. And sometimes it's like reiterated information. So it's stuff that you've heard before. It's always good to get a reminder. And then there's other times where you'll hear somebody say something that's working for them, and it's like your mind is blown. You're like, why did I not think of that? Or why have I not tried that? And it's exciting because it's those little things that help to like reinvent your business and re-engage you and get you excited again. We also have, every quarter, we have what are called Super Saturdays. And those are kind of like mini conferences that happen all over the country. I think every state has at least one or two. And they're just an opportunity for coaches to get together in person. It's usually a half day. There'll be presentations, speakers from corporate, all like televised. A lot of times there's a live workout at the end, which is a lot of fun. But those are another training opportunity, and those are actually in person. And it's nice because, like I said, there's usually one that's probably fairly local to you that you can join, and it gives you an opportunity to connect with other local coaches and just have an opportunity to gather information in person. And then finally, each year, usually June or July, there's the annual summit. This year it is in Indianapolis. Last year and the year prior, it was in New Orleans. 2 years before that, it was in Nashville. So it seems like every 2 years they kind of change locations. So this year it's in Indianapolis for the first time. But that is like a 2.5-day event. And again, it is an amazing opportunity to hear from top coaches, to hear from keynote speakers that are absolutely phenomenal. You hear from the Beachbody CEO and Chief Operating Officer and all of the top chiefs that are running this organization. And you get to hear the passion and the driving force behind their whys, why they're doing this, why they created this business, why they share all of this with us, and what their purpose is. And throughout those 2.5 days, you have mini training sessions, and you have an opportunity to, listen to top coaches talk about different topics. So there's always continual training. It's almost like, if you work full-time or have a degree or something, a lot of times there's like continuing education. These little trainings are like continuing education for your coaching business. You don't get credits for them or anything like that. There's no requirements, but they're genuine opportunities for you to gain additional knowledge, to gain best practices, and to then implement them into your own business, which you're building a business. You always want to continue to be learning. You always want to know what's working. And these trainings are the way to do it.
Yes, I'm looking forward to them. We have an amazing one coming up in April here. But yeah, so that was great. And I just kind of want to touch base on, like, I know when I was not starting out, before I even knew about coaching or kind of started thinking about coaching and venturing into the idea of coaching, I did not think I could do this. I did not think this was for me. It was not something that I ever thought I would be good at. I'm super shy. I am a total introvert. My husband will say I have like social disorder. um, but then I always was looking for that more, and I always was looking for something bigger and something more fulfilling and something fun. I was a hairstylist for 16 years and always worked weekends, always worked nights. And I always was literally looked for anything to kind of not get me out of there, but just something that was actually going to fulfill my heart and to really help people. So if you're thinking that this isn't for you, or if you're thinking that there's no way that you can do this, I really urge you to put those fears aside and jump in, because like Anna has had an amazing transformation, not only on the outside, but on the inside with what we do as coaches, for ourselves. Like our number one priority is ourself. And I just wanted to let her talk for a second about how she's changed over the last year and a half, because I know I have seen it, but I want to hear it from her.
All right. Yeah. So like I said, when I started, right before I started coaching, I was pretty depressed, and I didn't know why. I didn't really have the answer. I had my dream, right? Like I had an amazing husband. I was a stay-at-home mom, which I've always wanted to do, at least in the beginning. And I had two really healthy, amazing boys. And I had absolutely no reason on the planet to be depressed. And I didn't want to tell anybody. I didn't want anybody to know that I had my dream life, and yet here I am sinking. So jumping into coaching, like I always knew working out helped me. But I didn't know that there was more to this. I didn't know that my nutrition was going to play a huge factor in my depression and the way that I felt. Then the personal development really kicked in, and I started learning all of these things. Like I am now that person that has affirmations like on their mirrors all over the bathroom. And I do meditations, and I never was into any of that before. And today I have the answer. Like I know what gets me out of the funk. And I was on depression medicine before, and now I'm not. Nutrition plays a huge part. A lot of people do not think that. If anything, when I'm depressed, usually I go to my comfort food because it makes me feel good just for that second, though. I didn't understand that, the fruits and vegetable help my energy level skyrocket, which changed my moods because pizza apparently makes you sluggish, which I wish I would have known that so long ago, because pizza was my thing. And the bad kind. The greasier, the better. But, it all plays a factor. And I didn't know that. And I learned so much with coaching, with other people sharing their experiences. And I'm sitting there going, me too. That's exactly how I feel. Like, well, what are you doing to get out of that? What are you, what does your routine look like? What are you eating? I decided to go, when I jumped all in this, I started reading all the personal developments, and that was huge because, learning all the tricks of the trades of doing things more naturally instead of putting the pill in my mouth. And that didn't always make me feel good. A lot of the times I felt like a zombie. A lot of the times I felt like a robot who was just going through life. I wasn't experiencing it like I am today. And like, for example, my grandmother passed in November, and that was hard for me. And I knew that I was starting to sink again. But I mean, in the beginning, it was hard for me. I didn't realize how hard it was going to be, but it was. And I had teammates to talk to. and they're really good at listening. Sarah's really good at listening, and she knew what kind of personal development I needed at the time, and I knew what the answer was. I knew that I wasn't working out as often as I was before, and my personal development had kind of fallen off. And Sarah helped me, like, hey, you know what you need to do. You know what will get you out of it. And sure enough, that was the answer. So that's like personal development by far is what has changed the most in my life.
So I hope you guys can kind of see from what she just shared that it's so much more than health and fitness. It's so much more than just losing weight or just fitting into those pants. It's lifestyle, it's friendships, it's community. She makes me tear up just listening to her, to know that I had like a part in that to help her through. And that's what this is all about. It's just being that person's support and cheering them on. So we are going to wrap this up with that. I know you guys probably have tons more questions, and we will be happy to answer. So just send your coach a message, get in touch with them. They will answer anything you have. And I will just leave you with, why not you? Why not you be that person be the light in somebody's life? Why not you have the life that you want, inspired and empowered and knowing that you can live anything you want to live. So that is all. I will say good night, and I hope you guys have an amazing night.